Hello. So, welcome back. I have been a bit absent. I was planning on uploading like 2 videos a week, but that took a bit of a turn for the worse, you know, because I'm lazy. I'm extremely lazy. I'm literally, sometimes having a baby, you don't have time for things that you want to do, and that is absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. We're still thriving. So I thought today, this video, I hope it's not going to be too long-winded. I want it to be quite like to the point, precise. But we know how much I waffle, so let's not make any promises. So I get a lot of messages quite regularly and comments about how people want babies. I get quite a lot of young girls saying, oh, I want a baby, like I want to start trying for a baby, like I just want a baby. And I'm like, gals. I want to be as transparent as I can be in this video. Obviously I know I've had a baby young and I don't want to be hypocritical at all, but it takes a lot to be a parent. It's a lot to be able to provide for your young, and it's not as kind of black and white as just I want a baby, I'm gonna have a baby. I like babies, babies are cute, I want my own baby, because I think there is kind of a level of like fantasy when it comes to being like becoming pregnant, specifically when it comes to the affordability and the cost of actually having to have a baby. And that is something that was kind of, I really had to consider when I was pregnant. And I think I've been very fortunate. I have a lot of support around me. Obviously you get child benefit, which I'm going to be completely transparent about. Everyone is entitled to child benefit, but it's only, I think it's £25 a week, I want to say. I'm very fortunate to have a lot of support from my parents, and I have a decent wage coming in from my job, so I can afford it. It was something that I had to like take into consideration. Obviously I'm not going to say, yeah, I can have a baby, no worries, like I can afford it, because sometimes it's a little bit hard. Like I've had to restrain myself from buying my things since I've had Orly, and that's okay. That is okay. It's all about being selfless, it's all about putting your young first, and that is what I do. Yeah, so I just kind of wanted to put it kind of into perspective a bit for some people who maybe have found out they're pregnant and don't know what to do, or are thinking about having a baby. I don't know what your situation is, but I just kind of wanted to give an insight to something which I feel like is quite put to one side when it comes to having babies, because I think online you only see the good stuff. You see the playing, you see the dressing up, you see the buying things, you see the routines and this and that and the other, but obviously things come with costs. And so I'm going to go through kind of what I spend in a month kind of on Orly. Roughly, I've kind of done the necessities of what I need to, and then obviously every month so far I've had to buy something like of kind of a significant cost, kind of things regularly, recreational things that I want to get for Orly, which has been every month of the 5 months that she's been in the world, has been every month without a doubt. And yeah, so let's get started. I've made a little list of things that I kind of overall kind of costs for her. So the number one thing, well, I say number one, nappies. Obviously nappies are a must. You do not want your baby pooing everywhere. And I'd say I get the little ones because I found that they work for me the best, that I like the shape, how they fit on Orly the best. I had Pampers, and then when it came on to coming onto size 3, I didn't like the fit of them. I used them, but they just weren't quite the same fit. And then I tried the Lidl ones because I just needed some, and I happened to be going to Lidl. I was like, I'll just pick these up because they didn't have the Pamper ones in stock, and I fell in love with them. I absolutely fell in love with them, and they come at a very cheap cost. I think you get 50 for £2.79, I want to say. So roughly in a month I'll spend about a tenner on nappies, which isn't a lot. Obviously you can be spending a lot more. So the nappies, the stage 3 nappies at Pampers, I think they're £5 a pack, for a little pack, big pack. £4 for the little pack, like 22 I think is in there. So you can do the math on that, but obviously you have to be buying nappies, and I buy the 50 pack of the little ones, and I'll go through them in about a week. So that's £10 a month to start the tally up. And the next thing, wet wipes. Obviously you have to buy wet wipes to clean their bums, clean the wee off, clean the poo off. And obviously wet wipes are a lot cheaper. They're about £1 a pack, and I'd say there's roughly about £5. I'd say I go for about a pack or so. So I'm gonna round that up to £5. I spend about £5 a month on nappies. Next is milk. Well, if you're breastfeeding, obviously take this into account. This is a massive chunk cut off your thing, but I did do a video on how I feed my baby and why I don't breastfeed, so go and watch that. I'll put the link down below. But I bottle feed Orly, and it's about £45. Go through around a tub a week, or like a tub every 5-6 days. Sometimes it's not quite a week, it just really depends. About £8 a tub of Cow and Gate, so that's about £40 to £45 on milk a month, which is an expense. It is an expense, but obviously if you're getting your child benefit a week, obviously it fits into your weekly allowance. So it depends on how you want to look on that. The next, food. She's on solids now, so obviously you have to buy either the ingredients for her their purees or whatever you want to make them, or baby rice, etc, etc. She is on, like, I give her little pouches. They're the Ella's Kitchen ones. For example, she had avocado, courgette and apple today. And I'd say I spend about £35 a month on food. It retard that the maths wrong, and it's actually about £40 to £45, which is pricey. But for for her daily food, I don't think it's a cost that I have to make, and I'm willing to make, because I want her to have nice. I want to have the best. I don't really like the jars. I'd rather spend the cost and get her the organic pouches, which she gets on well with. She loves them. There's so many different flavours, and she just loves them the best. She has 2 teeth now, guys. 2 teeth. She's a big girl. She's a big girl. She's munching her way through absolutely everything. And I've had to get some teething bits. I've had to get some Bonjela to numb the gums. And yesterday I bought her some teething granules. I had to get a Bonjela, and then I got some teething granules for her to try. And they were the teething granules were about a £5, £5. And the Bonjela, I can't remember how much that was in all honesty. I'd say this month I've spent around a tenner on teething bits, and obviously Bonjela won't have to be a regular thing, but teething granules will be, because you get 24 a pack and you give it to them like a dose every 2 hours. So that will be a regular thing. It'll be about £4 a week every couple of days. I'm not too sure. I've literally started them today. So if you want me to update you on how they go, I will let you know. They're called the teething granules. So there's £10 a week on baby teething bits. Clothes next. Now, I do like buying a lot of clothes. I got given a lot of bits of baby showers, baby presents, so I haven't had to buy that much, especially the last couple months. However, me being me, like, I have had to buy her little bits. I've had to buy her like vests, some hats for the sun. I bought her a new pair of dungarees. Like, I've seen bits in the sale which I just pick up, and every now and again, like the Zara sale, you know, Zara do like the special price. I'm at that. I am there with a special price. I'd say I bought quite a lot of bits this month, and I'd say averagely, I'll spend about £30 on clothes on Orly a month, because some bits obviously can be a bit expensive. Some bits are quite cheap. Like a pack of vests can be like £6, so that's inexpensive for a pack of vests. I hope you get where I'm going. Obviously I could spend a lot more. I might see something a bit more designer, and I'm like, actually I want to get that, but I haven't this month. So there's been about £30 on clothes. She is starting to be a little bit of a pickle now. I had to buy her a baby walker. See, she's starting to sit up, guys. She's just constantly trying to move. Like, she's constantly moving, and I was like, do you know what? I think it's time. and I caved and I got a baby walker. Now I know that there is a bit of like a not conspiracy, what is the word? Controversy over a baby walker, because I think some people say it makes them walk later and some people are like, yes, they're amazing, and I think it's amazing. I will literally, if I need a poo, I'll literally go to the toilet, she'll be chilling with me in her baby walker, just walking around, walking up and down the hallway, and I can poo in peace. And I do live in a bungalow, so don't worry, I don't have to go upstairs, and like there's no casualty of her, no warning of her falling down the stairs. Caution, I don't know what the word is. So don't worry, I live in a bungalow. So yeah, I can poo in peace. So the baby walker, just for that reason alone, has been a dream. And that was £30. So I made that purchase this month. So there's another £30, and I'd say every month there's a significant purchase that I need to buy. And again, I've bought her quite a few toys, Mum's bought her quite a few toys, and I'd say they could potentially, they tally up to maybe like £20, an extra £20 on kind of recreational things, which you don't have to buy, people might already buy you. I've had quite a lot of things I've already had from like baby showers and things. And the last thing, which I think is, again, kind of a necessity, but you don't always have to do it you have to buy every month, is kind of things like baby bath, shampoo, talc things, pseudocreme. I had to buy a new type of pseudocreme literally this week, because she ran out. I had to buy some new shampoo because she ran out. So averagely, and then I think I bought her a new bubble bath. So on average, it's about a tenner a month, I'd say, on kind of like, not luxuries, what are they called? Toiletries. And I think that is kind of about it of everything that I buy, everything, all the costs for her in a month. To my knowledge, we know what I'm like at this point. I'm a bit dumb, so I might have forgotten a few things. They're like the main things that I buy a month. Obviously, if you're thinking about having a baby, the costs, astronomical. You have to buy cots, things, blah, 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 blah. But you can do it all secondhand, get secondhand things. If you can't afford it and that's where your heart is with having babies, there's a way around it. But me being the queen that I am, I don't like secondhand things. I know, Georgia, grow up, you can't afford it like that, but leave me alone. Leave me alone because I can. I think that's about it. I do think that's about it. If you want another video kind of related to this, kind of about, obviously I think I did a newborn essentials video, didn't I? Pretty sure I did. Like, you can kind of generally work out things by watching newborn essentials videos, kind of looking at things, looking at the cost of things, tallying it all up. But to be perfectly transparent with you, it does cost to have a baby. You know, you have to keep them, they're your responsibility, they have to live, they have their needs, they have to eat, they have to poo, I think that's about it for this video. I hope this helped you in some way. I just thought it was a video that could potentially help a lot of people, because I know that when I was deciding on what to do, the cost and the kind of the maintenance of having a baby was kind of the biggest factor of what I wanted to do for me personally. Like, I didn't care if I was a single mom in a relationship, obviously that doesn't care. It was my morals. Like, it was the cost and kind of the change in my life which was the biggest factors for me. But here we are, happy as ever. She is my best friend, she is my bestie, and I wouldn't change it for the world. So yeah, please subscribe and like this video, and let me know what videos you want to see in the future, because I'm lacking major inspo at the moment. Oh my god, I look so ugly there. And I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.